Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today I just wanted to make a video to talk about the future of GTA Online. However, before we get into all that, I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for all of your continued support, and I apologize for being a little bit more MIA the last few months. I promise I will start posting more regularly, not only my playthrough videos, but also hopefully more videos like this, depending on how you guys feel about them. But yeah, without further ado, I would like to talk about the future of GTA Online and kind of what the delay might mean for it. So obviously, unfortunately, recently GTA 6 was delayed from this fall, is what the speculation was, and even in an interview recently, CEO Strauss-Zelnick mentioned that he said that it was a less than 6-month delay, which would kind of mean that it was supposed to launch, you know, October, November, if around there probably. So our new release date for GTA 6 is May 26, 2026, and that kind of had me questioning when I first heard that, what the next kind of plan is for GTA Online and updates. Obviously, at least me, and I think many of you are expecting at least 2 more big updates, but now that's been delayed, that might turn into 3 and maybe even a smaller update. So obviously, we are getting a summer update very soon. It's probably going to come out either the end of May or early June is my guess, but it could also go as late as early July, probably not much later than that. And then obviously we'll get one this winter, but with this delay I think we might also see one next summer. Originally I think that might have not happened, or if it did, it probably would have been a smaller one again, but I honestly think that this might mean something for GTA Online updates and kind of the last few that they have to release. So obviously, we know that GTA Online has been around for a long time. We've had DLCs from the start, obviously. Well, not from the start, but after they got their footing and after they realized just what they had on their hands, they started to release some content updates. Just to put this in perspective for you guys, we've been getting updates since November 19th, 2013. That was the Beach Bum update. It added nothing crazy, you know. The updates were definitely different back then. It was added some new clothes and a few new vehicles, and I think that's about it. Probably some new tattoos too, I think, but like nothing crazy. So that was way back in 2013, 12 years ago. We've been getting updates for 12 years, so you know, thinking about the end of all updates is kind of bittersweet. And then, of course, our most recent one was on December 10th, 2023, which was the Agents of Sabotage. Honestly, a good DLC, a good update. I've played the files. That's what I have on screen right now. They're pretty fun, and this event week is to do with that as well. So, yeah, I got thinking, because of the fact that it was delayed, I was kind of curious what they would do. Obviously, internally, I assume that they had some sort of foresight on it being delayed, probably at least the last couple of months, but from what I know of the actual development cycle of these GTA Online updates, usually they kind of have an idea or like start about a year and ahead planning what the next updates are going to be. So that makes me think that maybe it's thrown off a little bit, because obviously, in my opinion, there's probably not going to be any new updates after GTA 6 and GTA 6 Online launch, except for maybe one more, which I'll get into in a second. But I think obviously they're not going to sunset the servers, because there's still PC players as well as probably a bunch of console players that won't move over right away at least. And I think that means that they're going to keep the servers on for years to come. I don't see them changing it. I also believe the fact is that some people might still want to play GTA 5 Online after GTA 6 Online, you know, counterpart comes out. I think that there's a lot of people that might not like the new vibe of GTA 6. I see a lot of discussion online about the realism compared to more arcadey, you know, and like actiony. I would argue that GTA 5 obviously is a little bit more kind of arcadey and kind of Michael Bay movie-ish, whereas GTA 4 had much more of a tone that I more so enjoyed, which is more like a realistic, gritty, you know, crime drama, if you will. Honestly, great. I love it. So I'm all for realism and more of a simulation feel. I think it adds to dynamic events, like just thinking about GTA 4 and the fact that the vehicle destruction was so much better. You know, you could crumple your car and then it won't start, or you know, an older car, there's a chance it won't start, and it just adds so much dynamic, you know, outcomes when it comes to even things like police chases. You know, these things get tiring, in my opinion, in GTA 5. And it's one of those things that, like, GTA 4 had a way of making it stay interesting in more ways. Like, you could get launched it. Let's say you're driving and you miss a turn, or you're struggling and you go launching out your windshield. That's a lot of fun, you know. It adds a dynamic thing to the actual chase, where it's like now you have to get your character up and either defend yourself by, you know, taking on a wave or two of cops while you find a new car, or you have to try to run into an alleyway or something like that. And I think it adds a lot to the gameplay, and that's why, me personally, I like more of that approach, where it's like more of a realistic, grounded approach. And even things like, you know, flipping your car over in many GTAs, like GTA 5, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty positive, is the only GTA where you can roll over your car. And I feel like that also, you know, like, you take a turn too fast, you flip your car, you have to get out mid-chase. That's just how it is, you know? So I think that some people that might not like that new direction, which I think GTA 6 is definitely going in, I think we've seen that from the leaks, as well as even the trailers kind of give that vibe to me. The leaks showed, you know, like a money laundering system, you know, and stuff like that, more events, and even more vehicle destruction, kind of more akin to GTA 4. So I think some people might just not like that, and that might not be their speed, and they might still come back to GTA 5 Online. We can't tell, but that's one of the many reasons, or a few of the many reasons more so, that I don't think GTA Online is getting sunsetted anytime soon. So I think that there's a good possibility here. So the next update, the summer update, I have a feeling might be to do with the agency. Now, I'll explain a little bit how that would tie in with the two bigger DLCs as I see them, you know, after the summer update. So part of the reason I think this is because myself, as well as other people, have been getting Rockstar Games ads showing the contract, which is kind of a little bit odd. Obviously, they had the event week the last week there, and it was a great event week, which once again is a sign of a new update coming soon. Usually they give some good event weeks with a lot of money, big payouts. But I digress. It's a little bit weird that they're advertising for an update that was, or is, about like a year and a half, 2 years old, I believe, at this point. And obviously, you know, it's big ticket celebrity, you know, it makes sense in my opinion, and I know in a lot of other people's opinion, one of, if not the best updates. But it is kind of weird. And why I think that it could actually fit in well to the update schedule is, even at the end of the contract, we also get more proof of the fact that there's still more to come, because Franklin makes a statement of, okay, like, good job, pretty much. I'm going to start trying to find, like, our next contract, our next person to help, or whatever it is. And I think that obviously that could foreshadow the fact that they were planning on making another contract. They knew it would be popular. So I think the smaller update they could be doing for summer, and that could mean many things. I think that this time there's a good possibility, and I'll tell you why in a second here. I think that they are going to do another contract, whether it be with a real celebrity or a one from the game universe, you know, like a returning character, or just a new one, for all we know, like something like that. And I think that that would be good, because that being a smaller update, they can add that. They can add, obviously, the usual stuff like the cars and stuff. They could add new security contracts for the agency. And they could also even maybe, like, raise the daily, like, the limit for the daily income, passive income from the agency business. Right now it's capped at like 205 contracts, which gets you, I think, $20,000 a day, as far as I'm aware. Maybe they could just increase that, just like do that sort of thing. So it's a smaller update, but it's still like a good amount of content. Like, we're still, you know, we can get tied over until the winter one, and then that one will probably be like the bigger, one of the bigger send-off ones. Then obviously another, hopefully bigger one to send off our characters next summer. So why I think that this could be a good way to do it is because a lot of people, including myself, have been wanting a Michael update for a long time, and I think that there's a good possibility that this could flow very well with a Michael update. Because just think about it this way. Let's say the Michael update comes out this winter. It's a bigger update, you know, whatever it is. And we've seen Trevor, we've seen Franklin, obviously. We've seen a lot of characters from single player. We've seen Ron, we've seen Agent 14, we've seen Lester, obviously, many times. We've seen so many characters from single player. And it's nice to see everybody, but obviously there's one main protagonist missing, and that's obviously Michael. So So I think that it could easily be Michael in the next update, especially because I think that they could do something like a movie star, whether it be real life or in the game, or even a returning character, like I said, and that would be a good segue into the Michael update if for the agency, the new contract we do is a movie star this time. I don't think it necessarily has to be another musician. I think it could be, but I don't think it will be, and I don't think that would be the best move, especially if they're planning a Michael DLC. I think that they could easily do like a movie star or something like that, and that would tie in better with a Michael update. Then we move over to obviously the Michael update in the winter, and at that point they release the Michael update, and I think that that would be a good opportunity to also release a lot of content that has been player requested for a long time. One thing in specifically that I think could happen is mansions. I think mansions could definitely be added. It would be a great way to kind of like one of the last updates. Not only do you get the last single player main character into online and you get to do some missions with him, for him, whatever it is, but also you are able to, let's say, buy his mansion along with other mansions throughout Vinewood Hills. And you know what? They can even do Franklin's, house. I would classify it more as a still house. At this point, I don't think it's for sale in GTA Online. So they could also do Franklin's house. And on top of that, just for jokes, they could even let you buy Trevor's trailer. I think that would be a good way to kind of send it off and kind of like, pay an homage to the single player characters that we played as, and a lot of people still play as, and I think that would be a good way to send off the single player characters as well as our starting to send off our GTA Online character. And it would be cool just to let us live in those houses that obviously we all love. And I think that a Michael DLC would be perfect to add that, because not only is the game coming to the end of its life cycle, people have a lot of money's going to be useless soon enough, and give them mansions, give them a big garage, give them that thing to spend their money on, make it one of those final things where it's like, okay, now you can have a mansion, cool. There's many other things I'm sure that they could add. There's a lot of cut content still, and yeah, I think that would be a good way to kind of start the send-off. And then obviously next summer we're going to be getting GTA 6. I mean, knock on wood, as long as it releases when this new date says it will. So May 26th obviously is around the time we would normally get a summer update. So what I could easily see happening, and I think would be the best way to do it, is for Rockstar to release an update shortly after GTA 6 launches. So I think GTA 6 launches, and I think they're going to do the same thing they did with GTA 5, where GTA 6 Online, or whatever it's called, gets launched about a month after the actual single player launch of the game of GTA 6. That way it gives people time to obviously experience the story that they've worked hard on and kind of get a feel for the world and kind of the gameplay mechanics and stuff like that. And people don't have to worry about just immediately going online because they don't want a disadvantage, because obviously many people will just go into online. That's what happened with GTA 5. Most people that picked up GTA 5 never played the single player. I feel like I talked to so many people who have never touched the single player because they're like, no, I just want to play online. Valid enough, but that's why when they release it, usually they do that kind of period between so that people can experience the single player, because not only did they work hard on it, but also it's just, it's a good way to get introduced to the game. It gives love to, the story they created and all that good stuff. And I think that could be a good opportunity, because they release a single player, and then let's say in June, they bring out the next summer update. So the last update for GTA Online, and this will, I don't know what they're going to do, but I think it's going to be hopefully some way to sunset and wrap up our stories for our characters in a nice way, like in a nice bow, kind of ship us off and kind of get us ready to start a new character. And I think it would be cool to bring people back. So people are playing GTA 6. A lot of people are playing GTA 6, and they have to come back for this final GTA 5 online update. It helps send off our characters and like give us a farewell to our characters that we've had for many years. My character I've had since 2013. I played GTA Online day one on launch. And you know what? Obviously, I love my character. Everybody's connected to their character. And I think it would be a bittersweet send off to, you know, compare, because we go from GTA 6 single player to coming back to GTA 5, just compare the gameplay and then send off our character. And then shortly later, probably like, you know, late June, maybe early July, they release GTA 6 Online, and then we can start our new story with our new character. And it was a good way to send off our character. However they do it, obviously they're not going to kill everybody off or anything crazy like that. But I'm really curious how they're going to do it, because I think that they have to. And I feel like I hopefully realize that they need to send it off in a good way, because it's just everybody's connected to their character. And I feel like it would be a huge disservice, even misservice, to everybody who plays the game and who's spent money on the game and who's put hours into, you know, crafting their GT Online character's story. You know, our character has been through a lot, and I think that deserves a proper send off. So I could definitely see that being the case, and I look forward to seeing what they're going to do with it. But that is my prediction. I would love to know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think of the video. I really appreciate it. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Like I said, I would really love to hear what you guys think about my theories, as well as if you have your own, all that good stuff. And yeah, that's about all. That's all I want to talk about. It's definitely going to be interesting, and it's definitely going to be, I think, a little bit different. I don't know if they're going to necessarily, like, it's going to get mixed up a little bit because they weren't fully prepared. We'll have to see. But that's how I think they should play it, is kind of have a smaller update this summer. Smaller in the sense that it's still going to be a good amount of content, and obviously we'll still get drip feed and stuff like that. But in my opinion, the content has kind of slowed down a little bit. They've released some good ones the last couple, but I felt like for a period of time, like San Andreas Mercenaries and that sort of stuff, it kind of was slow. It was kind of, and even the last couple updates, it feels like less content to me. Maybe it's just me, but it just has felt like less in a way. So maybe it's just me though. I'm not sure why, but yeah, let me know what you guys think. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.